Hey VC, it's Robert from Block's Sonic Wafers, and I'm here to put together a video for Rob Walker, who asked that we put together a list of 10 songs about famous people, somebody famous. And I've thrown a few together here that I tried to tend towards things that may not be as popular, but probably ought to be. I just saw a video on this subject by the Shelf Stacker, and he mentioned Toy Matinee, which features Kevin Gilbert. Well, I'm going to start out with this David Berwald, A Fine Mess, and you most likely won't be able to find this because it wasn't widely released. This was a result of the Tuesday Night Music Club sessions with Bill Bottrell as producer and musician. Kevin Gilbert was involved. Of course, David Berwald. Sheryl Crow was involved, which is where the Tuesday Night Music Club album of hers started. A lot of these people on this recording were songwriters on her first album. So anyway, there's a couple of tunes on here, and one of them's the Bob Dylan Blues. And secondly, and the one that I'm going to include, which I know is going to make my video run long. I'm kind of famous for making long videos. I'm not apologizing for that. Patty Chayefsky's Dead. And that particular song runs down a whole list of famous people at some point. So it actually could cover all 10 of them in that one song. I'm going to include it because I'm pretty sure most of you have never heard it. This is homemade cover art. So there's that, and here's the song.
It is a brilliant summer evening. It's 1996, and I am taken by this feeling that you are dangerous. We're flying blind, mountains jagged in the sky. Our wings are trembling in the wind. We're flying blind, flying very, very high. I was asleep last Sunday morning when she called and said that you were dead. I guess that's why I woke up screaming with your face stuck inside my head. If you don't care if you live or die, well then why should I? Can you tell me that? It's times like these that no one can say who the losers are and who will win. And Patty Chayefsky's dead. They're firing cannons up the mountainside. We're huddled up like children there. A kid plays guitar like a suicide. The sound of gunfire in the air. And I don't care if you live or die, and that is a lie, but I don't mind. It's guys like you that you never know where you're coming from or who you've been. Patty Chayefsky's dead. So you die of disappointment in your New York City home. Your family strangers all in rows. Ah, well, it's sad, but there are far worse ways to go. There's nothing to do but to play my old banjo. Did he have a nice tease? Little vodka in it. Maybe some fried chicken. Some sweet potato pie. Nice strong coffee. Couple shots of brandy after dinner, maybe. Go outside, shoot my shotgun in the moon. One of these days I'm gonna hit that thing. Patty Chayefsky's dead. 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 And woe to all of us, 'cause he's dead. Patty Chayefsky's dead. Patty Chayefsky's dead. And Pablo Picasso's dead. And Hemingway, he's dead. Kandinsky, dead. Man Ray, well, you know, dead. Patty Chayefsky's 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 dead. And woe to all of us.
Still missing the shovel is dead. The war no day. Albert Rollins, Steve Sun Rock, Hermano, Sick, and the Politics, Fred Sonic Smith, Bertolt Brecht, Jake Baker, Jack Teagarden, Legend Hopkins, Brownie McGee, Skinner Walker, John Houston, Central Page, John Cage,
Norman Mailer and Hunter Thompson. Yeah, they're dead too.
Okay. Now next, I'm going to include Don Henry's Wild in the Backyard. I have spoken recently about Don Henry in my video about his album Following, which I highly recommend that you pick up. This, to me, is probably his most popular release. Got a great list of musicians on here. And it's got a song on here called Beautiful Fool. Beautiful Fool is about Martin Luther King. It was recorded also by Kathy Mattea, who had somewhat of a hit with it. So there is that. Beautiful Fool. That's number 2.
Martin Luther, who did you think that you were? Appointed by some higher up, merely mortal, your plans were unaffordable. No one wants to pay for love. Oh, you beautiful fool, swimming upstream, kicking up waves. Dreams weren't meant to come true. That's why they call them dreams. Oh, you beautiful fool. Walter Cronkite preempted Disney one night, and all us kids were so upset. We thought that you were a troubled instigator, marching through our TV set. Oh, you beautiful fool, swimming upstream, kicking up waves. Dreams weren't meant to come true. That's why they call them dreams. Oh, you beautiful fool. To fight a fight without a fist, all human instinct puzzles this. How dare you threaten our existence? Mahatma Gandhi, Jesus Christ, history repeats itself so nice. Consistently we are resistant to love. I saw you on the black and white with blacks and whites applauding you. I saw you on another time without a sign of life in you. Oh, you beautiful fool, swimming upstream, kicking up why they call them dreams. Oh, you beautiful fool. Oh, you beautiful fool.
Number 3, the drive-by truckers, Alabama ass whooping. Song number 10 on here is Steve McQueen, a live version. I think we all know who Steve McQueen is. And here's a band I've mentioned before, Daddy. This is Daddy at the Women's Club. It's a live album, and it was also their first album. So that'd be a good topic. How many bands come out of the gate with a live album as their first release? I can't really think of any others. But this has a song on here called I Miss Ronald Reagan. And it also has a song on here called Martin Luther. So both of them actually would fall into this proper category. I'm throwing I Miss Ronald Reagan into the mix. And that's another song I'm going to include. So there.
I miss Ronald Reagan, I can't believe I do. I miss Ronald Reagan, I can't believe it, but it's true. With Reagan I was younger, and there were parties going on. Now my hair's going, and the World Trade Center's gone. Reagan wasn't smart, he wasn't very dumb. He never took us down to hell, but not for trying some. Reagan was an actor, acting's all he knew. But he made the Russians blink, by God, he thought them actors too. When he was running for governor, they asked him how he'd be. He said, how can I tell you, I've not played one yet, you see. And after he retired, when I asked his greatest role, he smiled and said, the president like a jolly happy soul. Jerry Falwell loved him, he never went to church. Money worked for lots of folks and the rest of us just worked. He said, hello young lady, what's your name? Stuck out his hand. She said, I'm your daughter Patty. He said, oh, and shook another hand. And Nancy loved her Ron. She planned his day with horoscopes like Yoko did for John. And then he got disheveled, minders minding biz. Nancy'd bring him breakfast and he wouldn't know who the hell she is. We'll bust that man on out of his tomb, freshen up a suit and tie. Stick him on a charter flight, say a prayer, watch him fly. Send him back to D.C. with a brain of rotten clay. I'll take that over what we got, running things today. I miss Ronald Reagan, I can't believe I do. I miss Ronald Reagan, I can't believe it, but it's true. With Reagan I was younger, there were parties going on. Now my hair's gone and the World Trade Center's gone. Yeah, now my hair's gone and the World Trade Center's gone.
to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's number 5. The Bears. Grrr. Track 4 is Mr. Bonaparte. And yes, it's about Napoleon Bonaparte. Number 6, I think. The Austin Lounge Lizards. Small Minds. And this features a tune called Gingrich the Newt. We all know who that one's about. Okay, now this is an early copy. It eventually got a new label and a new cover. Aloha from Nashville by the great songwriter Darrell Scott. If you don't know Darrell Scott, I highly recommend you go check out his stuff. But he's got a song on here, The Ballad of Martha White. If you don't know who Martha White is, you're probably not from the South. Martha White has a product on the shelf in the grocery store, flour, with Hot Rise Plus. So she's famous in my part of the world. You Canadians may not be familiar with her, and you people from Manchester may not be familiar with her. But she is indeed a famous name. All right, number whatever I'm up to. The Irresponsibles. This is an album produced by Adrian Belew. It's on Adrian Belew Presents, the label. And they were appreciative of Adrian's support, so they did a song called Mr. Belew. And Mr. Belew is a famous name. If you're not familiar with him, you should be. This must be number 9 because I've only got 2 more left here. I think more people will be familiar with this album. Track 3, Wolfman Jack. I saw Wolfman Jack in 1974. Charlotte Motor Speedway, August Jam. He was the MC for an all-day long concert, which included a list of musicians I won't go into at this time. But you can look up August Jam. They have their own Facebook page, and Wikipedia has a page about it. All right, and last but not least, Scott Miller and the Commonwealth. Citation. Citation has a song on here called Say Ho. Say Ho is about Sam Houston. It's a good song. It's a good album. Great band. If you're not familiar with Scott Miller and the Commonwealth, again, I highly recommend you check them out. If you ever saw that TV show called The Blue Collar Network with Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, Ron White, I believe, the Commonwealth was the house band for that TV program. They only got to play like 20 seconds at a time, but Jeff Foxworthy was kind enough to always introduce them and get their name out there. They've got quite a few great albums out. I highly recommend you check them out. And I'm sure I could have found a bunch more, but I wanted to highlight some of the less known, less popular songs that came to mind. And so that's it. Rob Walker, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you enjoy the thread, and I hope you enjoy the couple of songs I'm going to throw in. Everybody else, I hope you can hang on and buckle up and make it through my lengthy video. And we will see you very soon in the next.